Hi, hello, and welcome back to Sakura Dungeon, everybody. Last time we were meeting a couple new recruits and actually using the walk around town function that I have completely neglected until now. So that's what this episode is going to be. We're going to be finishing out these walking around town points. Seems to be 5, I see. Alright, we're going to start by checking out the archery range today. I remember Siri mentioning that she wanted to learn archery at one point or another. We do keep an archery range in town, and we do have someone who is able to use a bow now. Perhaps we can arrange some archery lessons. So where are we going, Siri asked. To the archery range, of course, says Yomi. Since when did we have an archery range, asked Siri. We keep a number of different recreational facilities in town, says Yomi. Archery is just one of them. We approach the fox archer in town. Oh, says the fox archer. It's you. Something I can do to help, she asks. Siri, Yomi says, you said you wanted to learn archery, didn't you? Siri, you said you wanted to learn archery, didn't you? Yomi asks Siri. Well, Siri says, it was really only an offhand comment, but I suppose we could give it a try. Well, says the fox archer. Then come on, then. I will see what I can teach you. Very well, says Yomi. You two have fun. I should probably drop by later and see how Siri's training went. A few hours later, I approach the archery range. I wonder how Siri did, I think to myself. Yomi thinks to herself. What the hell just happened? To my shock, the fox archer is kneeling on the floor. She appears to be bruised and her clothes are in tatters. Now, what happened here exactly? Yomi asks the two. As it turns out, says the fox archer, that knight has absolutely no talent for archery at all, she says. Either that or she has some sort of curse, the fox archer says. But I can tell you that she should never pick up a bow again. For what reason? Yomi asks the fox archer. I'm not sure if I'm going to like the answer, Yomi thinks to herself. Every time she lets loose an arrow, it would not only completely miss the target, says the fox archer, but it would never fail to ricochet and almost hit me. I switched to blunt arrowheads to make sure it wasn't fatal, but even then it did hurt a lot, says the fox archer. How unbelievably strange, Yomi says. The distinct probability of that occurring multiple times, even for an unexperienced archer? Siri would either have to be completely hopeless with a bow or she would have to indeed be cursed. But more importantly, I should attend to the archer. Are you alright, Yomi asks the archer. Do you have any injuries that need any kind of treatment? She looks herself up and down. Says the fox archer, it could have been worse. My ego is bruised more than anything, she says. Despite my best efforts, I still could not teach her how to use a bow, says the fox archer. She simply does not have talent for it. Where is she right now? asks Yomi. I do not know, says the fox archer. She practically fled out of the building, apologizing the whole time she was leaving. Even though she nearly skewered me a few times, says the fox archer. I couldn't help but feel sorry for her. Please, Yomi says. Have someone attend to your wounds right away. I know that they might not be fatal, but despite her lack of skill, Siri's strong enough to let loose arrows very hard, Yomi says. I notice, says the fox archer. Incredible strength, but no finesse. The archer rolls onto her back, looking completely exhausted. Please, says the fox archer. No offense to her, but I think she shouldn't come back here. If a bow ends up in her hands, there's no telling what could happen, says the fox archer. I will keep that in mind, says Yomi. Well, this wasn't exactly what I was expecting, Yomi thinks to herself. I guess Siri will just have to remain as a melee combatant for the time being. Heard on, she is uber bad with freaking a bow. I'm sorry. It's hard to think. Alright, let's go check in with the witch. We have our own library in town, and I happen to know someone who would be there right now studying arcane lore and attempting to unravel the secrets of the cosmos. I should check in with her and see if she's discovered anything interesting. We have assembled a number of interesting volumes over the course of the years. A couple of mending and preservation enchantments ensure that ensure that even the most ancient tomes found in here would be kept in pristine condition. After all, knowledge is precious. Sure enough, I find a certain witch with her head in the books. She seems fairly frustrated at the moment. Damn it all, says the witch. These arcane formulas do not make sense. She lets out a heavy sigh and slouches in her chair. What appears to be the problem, asks Yomi. Oh, says the witch, it's you. You did promise that you would help me work out more of these cosmic secrets, right? Asks the witch. That is correct, says Yomi. What in particular has been stumping you, she asked the witch. It's been this particular formula here, says the witch. An equation for allowing you to tap into the void for power. No matter what way I look at it, it simply does not make sense, says the witch. That's because you're attempting to apply it to our universe, says Yomi. Eh? Says the witch. What do you mean? That equation isn't about opening a hole through our world into the void, says Yomi. In fact, it's the opposite. So you're saying, says the witch, that I make a hole through the void? Yes, obviously, says Yomi. It would only have to be a really small one, she says. I doubt that you have the magical power to be able to sustain a large hole, let alone control it, says Yomi. So why don't we look a bit more closely at the arcane fundamentals of void manipulation first, she asked. As we continue to study together, the looks on the witch's face go from amusement to wonder to shock. Incredible, says the witch. How do you know all of this, she asked. I have to rely on this book to remember all of the spells I have recorded. Memory is a very important thing to keep sharp when you become as old as I am, says Yomi. Bit by bit, I find myself becoming absorbed by the witch's face. The way her glasses sit on her nose, her delicate little expressions. She is an adorable witch. Alright. Let's go talk to the Fox Tamer. I really like the Fox Tamer. Hang on, what did that say? I wonder how the Fox Tamer is doing. We do have stables near town, just inside an adjacent network of tunnels. Back in the day, we all held some mighty war beast down there, so it was only common sense to keep them where they would not be able to rampage. The Tamer was delighted to hear about them. Stepping inside the stables, I find them to be abandoned. I was certain that she would be here of all places. Hello? Yomi asked. Is anyone here? Oh, says the Fox Tamer. It's the boss. Hang on, everyone. Her voice is coming from inside one of the stables. Oh, goodness. The Fox Tamer stumbles out, looking at me with a silly grin. Good to see you again, boss, says the Fox Tamer. I was wondering when we were going to be hearing back from you, she says. I look her up and down, noticing her torn clothes. What exactly happened to you? Yomi asks the Fox Tamer. It looks like you've been in a fight. It's nothing, the Fox Tamer says. I found a bear and it played a bit rough with me. I managed to convince him to see things from my perspective, though, the Fox Tamer says. Animals can be a bit disagreeable, but they're really sweethearts if you know how to talk to them. Have you been capturing random wild animals and putting them in the stable? Yomi asks the Fox Tamer. I'm not sure if we have the appropriate facilities to care for a bear of all things, Yomi says. Well, says the Fox Tamer, you did say that we needed as many allies as we can get, right? She asked. Wrestling with a bear seems like a small problem compared to that. So, don't worry about me, says the Fox Tamer. My little friends helped me out with the problem too. We work as a team around here, so everyone does their part, the Fox Tamer says. I see, says Yomi, that I see that your little friends are worried about your modesty. One of the foxes seems to be panicking, blocking my view from her more prominent features. They're like that, says the fox tamer. Friends look after friends, after all, fox tamer says. She stumbles a little bit. Oh, I'm feeling a bit dizzy, says the fox tamer. Bears can hit you pretty hard, you know. I do not doubt that, says Yomi. Please, do not be so reckless in the future, Yomi says to the fox tamer. Don't worry about me, the fox tamer says. I love working with animals, even if they can be a little bit difficult at times. What's a few scratches and blows to the head compared to doing what you love, she asked. Anyways, it's nice to know that you're worried about me. I just need a nap and I'll be ready to go for our next expedition. Please tend to your wounds as well, says Yomi. I don't think you can sleep that off. Alright. Since we only have 2 left, I think I'll save them for the next episode, and then we can top off the end of the next episode with a little bit with continuing exploring the 11th floor. Alright, everybody, as always, I hope you enjoyed as we walked around town a little bit more in this episode and caught up with everybody in their daily lives. As always, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.